As I'm walking out to my car to take the kids to school, you never know.
That you really need to know is there. So basically, for your goal, I created a channel. It's a little bunched together. It looks like a whole paragraph you need to read. It might discourage you as soon as you look at it, but it's for your best sake. Take a look at it. Find your great plan, and just look at the little description that's next to it. The only
When
rank
Zoe
that
is
really doesn't
forced
have
to
a
make a fresh
description is
start,
first sergeant.
she faces
Just
her
because it's
worst
kind of
nightmare.
iffy areas in the end will still be looking for to add with the first sergeant.
Run-down
But for the most part, they got the same.
That's not good.
The place was filthy. There were some real problems.
A terrifying secret.
The main
Ross, I know where the portal is.
Enter
this means that
All of a sudden, I was hanging over the stairwell.
as far as leadership skills, so
And I just thought that,
the
okay,
captain
this is it.
can pick 2 to 3 squad cars to go out
In
there
America,
and
there is
anything
real
traffic
evil.
wise. Alright, so the main
It
thing I want to
lurks
talk
in
to
the
you guys
darkest
about is the
shadows
traffic leadership
and in our most
spot
ordinary
leadership.
towns.
So the only difference between
The two
city
worlds we see
is basically the cats and words.
and the things we fear.
SWAT,
There are doors. They are open. Nightmares become reality.
What y'all feel like y'all want to do for the day, y'all can, go out there, catch drivers that's not driving correctly. Y'all can go out there and patrol the neighborhood, but I do not want every captain.
This has
all
been
the
the most harrowing
spots
experience of my life.
I don't want everybody to, all the captains to create a traffic.
I never thought moving into a different place would change my life so drastically.
Running here became an 80 marker.
It's still very vivid. Anytime I think about it, I can see the spears. I was living in terror. It was just pure terror for days. I can never go back to being the person I was.
I will be implementing, letting y'all do interviews soon. I'ma just wait until I see that all of that. So if it's say for instance, if it's like one person holding all the general back from doing interviews before.
In the winter of 2016, Zoe Day, a divorced mother of 2, reluctantly moves into a new home. She's by herself. Her daughter attends college while her son stays with his father.
But for the most part, once y'all get it down pat, I can get y'all everything will be a lot more smoothly. With the new recruits are to be, how can I say, they should be
In 2016, my daughter was just starting college, and my son was still a junior in high school. It is what it is.
I'm gonna be paying attention to all this. You know what I'm saying?
My ex-husband and I shared custody of the kids, so they were back and forth. The kids and I had lived in
We got 3
almost 10 years.
over there
But my
that
mom
look
worked
like they
there,
don't know what to do,
so
trying to board or whatnot.
we had to look for another place.
Get on y'all. The generals are going to get on y'all. You get what I'm saying? So for you to get to your next
Unfortunately,
goal,
at the
you
same
have to do
time,
the
there
task
were
of
low inventory of rentals available.
your rank. Do remember that rank ups is not
Thousand
just
Oaks
going to
Townhome
be
was
given now.
definitely a step down from the
I know that one
Calabasas
sucked,
townhome.
but
The house
I look
was
at it like
just
this:
not as
the more
ideal.
time y'all have at each of
Thankfully,
these
Zoe's
ranks,
parents have come to her rescue.
Well,
it
I've
saves
got
y'all
gloves,
role
I've got
playing
bleach,
with
I've
PD.
got
A
sponges.
lot of people they come
Got it
to
all.
PD, they want to rank up,
My
and then by the
parents
time they
came
get
down
general,
and
they be like, well,
they
I
knocked helped me move everything from here to there.
If you guys need me, I'll be upstairs cleaning.
With roles getting more
We had to clean everything. There was a lot of work
tasks and
involved
things to do,
getting it
it kind of
ready to move
helps
in,
you have
livable.
your fun and learn more about the RP, learn more about
Ew.
how the PD should be running with the civilians, learn more
Look
about
at
the
this.
civilians
It is
themselves.
full of all this.
You know, before you get to that general spot,
Being at my
where you're
daughter's
just kinda
house, I
doing
didn't
all
love
the
being there.
bigger,
It didn't
bigger
feel great,
tasks, like
but we
interviews,
didn't want to put any
discipline, you know, the
negativity
stuff
out
that's
about
not
it. We
really,
wanted everything to be
exciting,
as
so to say.
happy
So, you know, just
and
respect
positive as
the
possible.
little layout
So
that I took my
that's how we
time
tried
to
to
write
be.
for y'all. If it doesn't work out, things will change. But for the most part, right now, just try to do it to the best of your capability. And we're gonna see how these things go. Now, since all of y'all kind of like took a look at
There were some real problems that had to be addressed by the landlord, but it was,
that's more with this.
what could you
meeting
do?
was about, like,
We were
questions
pretty
from
much
you
stuck
guys that I think
and didn't have alternatives, so it
Anybody
was
have
a
any
case
questions for,
of we
like,
will make it work.
or added on?
Sir, I do.
The rest of the house is just as run down.
When it comes to FTO, if let's say, for example, I wanted to take Donald out on a RP patrol, would I still need another vested officer with me to take him out on one?
at the top of the stairs, there was a closet door. It didn't open easily. You had to really pull on it to get it to open and really shut it to get it to close.
You know, with the lower ranks, but Donald has his badge already, so he just be going through regular take him out there. But
I just knew I had to tough it out
with
and
a rank like Donald,
make
you know,
the best
just
of it.
take him out there, do what you need to do. You don't need another FTO with you.
Great.
Y'all, the only thing
One more thing
about
to
it is
fix.
do not show him the wrong thing to do. Don't go out there, take him out there, and think that you're going to be the lone wolf showing him what to do. Like, if you ever get into a situation where you need backup, he can act as your backup, but make sure that you're still showing him the proper way to do it. Don't show him how to be, the guy who doesn't call for backup when he get in the situation. Don't show him how to drive.
Hun, can you pass me the hammer,
stuff
please?
like that. If we are to get a whiff,
The underworld odds Zoe and her parents transformed the Chevy townhouse into a livable
then,
space.
you would even get trained over until you get it, or you may just get the motor.
We knew
So
it would
that's what I'm
probably
saying,
be
like, as FTO,
helping her over a period of a couple of days. The three of us pretty much did all the work
and it all
and made
plays
it
out for
happen.
your future roles, becoming a colonel or becoming a major, becoming a major general and stuff like that. So yeah, once you show us that you got it down there to do FTO work, you'll have a better understanding of what you need to do.
This place looks great.
Just
Thank you so much for your help.
do as many ride-alongs as
You're
you
welcome,
can.
honey.
Do
The
as
place,
many,
we cleaned it up really nice and made it,
you
you
can take,
made it really
you can
cute
even
and
take
homey.
two people out.
Hey, look what I
You
found.
know, don't be afraid to take two or whatever the case may be. But yeah, you can be by yourself, girl, just to answer your question.
Alright,
I
10-4.
really hope the kids will like it here. We had a lifestyle that we were all very comfortable and that was difficult to change.
Any
They'll
other
have
generals
to.
have anything to ask about the
The kids, they weren't happy about having to move. They liked it where they were. They had friends where they were. They weren't looking forward to this.
I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted.
Let's get food and rest up at the hotel. Tomorrow we'll
in
get
a
the rest
simple
of the stuff
way that we can
upstairs.
understand
Fix
it.
anything else
If
we
you
can fix.
scroll down
Then we're
on
heading
the
back
page,
home.
you'll see that I put
Sounds like a plan.
TU stands for traffic unit, SU stands for SWAT unit. I could have did it better, but like I said, I was just trying to get it posted and make it and provide in the future, stuff like that. But I just wanted to put the
But little did they know,
what I
Zoe's
needed.
presence has triggered
You know what I'm saying?
an awakening.
So TU is traffic unit is SWAT. So if you have TU next to you and nothing else, that means you can only be a part of traffic. If you have TU next to your rank and extra next to your rank, that means you can pick I'm sorry, you start off as traffic unit. Then once you get to a certain rank, you can become SWAT unit, but you don't have to become SWAT unit. You still can be traffic unit and whatnot. It's a certain rank where only only you can be a part of SWAT unit. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, it just kind of makes sense to me when I was showing who can do what, who can't do, you know what, to set it up this way. You know, like we used to have a lot of people who come straight in. As soon as they
in February of 2016, Zoe Day moves into a townhouse in Thousand Oaks, California, with the help of her parents.
People wasn't ready to follow. They wasn't ready for somebody to tell them what to do. They wasn't ready for discipline. They wasn't ready for the stuff that comes with SWAT unit. So the traffic unit is to be
the place was in
every day.
Kind of a rundown condition.
This house had so many issues. There was just one thing after another, and I just chalked it up to poor maintenance. I didn't want to move. It wasn't my choice.
If you don't have it,
It's just what had to happen, and so we made the best of it.
Position here is PD for you, no matter what you do. You know what I'm saying? So this is just kind of to fill yourself
After 3 days of helping out their daughter,
for the officers,
Laura and Robert head
they're
home.
even, able to handle big situations. We got to start off with the little situations. We don't want somebody who just got their rifle.
I'll text you when we get to the beer, okay?
And the whole time they're shooting off.
Even though it wasn't wonderful to be there, it was still,
like that. So
so I had made it home.
They got to get used to their weapon more. Like, when I started shooting the AK in the PD, I had to get used to it. So if they're just getting it, ain't no way in the world they're just going to be.
But unbeknownst to Zoe and her parents,
we're going to
Zoe
the SWAT unit
is not
basically
alone.
our elite, our shooters, our situation handlers. You get what I'm saying? So traffic unit is there for until they grow into that.
There were times when I'd walk up the stairs and the closet door would just be open,
captains are able to run it.
I would look around thinking they couldn't have opened by itself because it was so
supervise them.
stuck.
Majors and colonels are not official supervisors. So mixed up, all right? So if you're ever out there on the scene, you can act as the first higher up. But if they're still asking for a supervisor,
I had that feeling, very unsettling feeling about being there. I didn't know why. I just felt really bad energy, and I wanted to get out.
Zoe decides to get some fresh air.
So, everybody that's in their current positions now, they're currently going to run at the unit and make sure the traffic unit is running straight, or just over the captains and everything like that, or are we?
I started feeling really uneasy and like something was following me.
Make sure that we're picking the right people, training the right officers.
We are going to start it.
And I kept looking over my shoulder, but there was nobody there.
The reason we're going to start it
was just me, but I
is if somebody
just get a sense that there was something there.
That rank, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, but
I just couldn't get home fast enough. I was afraid I was going to get jumped or something. I felt very vulnerable.
If they don't get it after that, then they may just have to be because the roles are not that's what I'm asking you. So if they are we can kind of be on top of the situation, tell them, you need to come to this training, that training. Even if you want to pull them to a side, words can train somebody. Don't think that you need to take somebody out there and do a whole RP scene for them to learn something. You can pull them to the side and explain it to them. A lot of people get it that way. You don't even have to show them, just tell them. So just take your time out and make sure they're getting it. It's not in the world if they're not getting it. It's not. It's just something to say for us.
Ever since Zoe Day moved into a new neighborhood in Thousand Oaks, California, she's felt uneasy.
Or not able to understand it. We need to stay out the window. But for the most part, I know it's not a hard job, so I'll be expecting everybody to get it. If you see somebody not really living up to
I was being watched and followed, and I just wanted to get back to the house and close the door. And I just
a week or two, if they're not
panicked, and I felt, I'm not safe here. I'm not safe here.
Mom, I'm not living here. It's not safe. I can't live here. You've got to move me back to Calabasas.
Hello. We get the phone call from Zoe and she was very upset, saying, I can't stay here. This isn't safe. We have to move back. You could have threw a bucket of ice water in my face at that point. It was just like, what? What? And she was hysterical.
Zoe?
Okay, so
that is your home now.
Yeah, with the SWAT unit,
there's no going back.
Scotty already
You just need to accept it.
How can I say? He already
at that point I was thinking that she was very much missing her old life.
Those people are
it was just heartbreaking. And I said, honey, we're not moving you back.
The next
so
that
that's all there is to it. You sleep on it and we'll talk about it more.
And then it kind of goes in line.
She didn't believe that there was anything wrong. She just thought that I was stressed out or that I was overreacting. But I knew that it wasn't that.
Everything's gonna be okay.
SWAT or letting a lieutenant run SWAT, stuff like that. No, that's not gonna happen. But if you are a colonel and you are a major and you are basically the last line, you're the last to get SWAT started. That's a good way to word it. Then you are able to start it, but it's only colonels and majors that can handle SWAT after Scotty and the generals that put there after him are not online. So say for instance, y'all can even do stuff. I told Scotty this earlier. Scotty doesn't have to
get it together.
If y'all have a little small situation, a couple warnings you want to do, he just can kind of guide you guys and let y'all go out there and do your thing. But you have to still go through Scotty and ask him that. Make sure that you have that permission. That is still Scotty's unit. I'm just setting a guideline for the people that he can bring into his unit. Other than that, it's basically the same way. And I'm basically giving him a guideline of the ranks that I don't want running SWAT and the ranks that I will accept running SWAT. So that's basically all it does up to Scotty. What's going on, Cody?
I had to be at work. And so I steeled myself inside. Kind of went through the motions.
He's pretty much saying that he's got to have permission from Scotty to do wrong. I thought that all you needed was at least 2 vests and 1 SWAT member to do wrong.
No, it always, that is the thing. That's if you're SWAT. Like I said, the only
just heard this heavy, angry stomping. It was so loud.
It always been this way. Traffic. It was only SWAT. So if you're a SWAT member and it's really all online,
it was like a 500-pound man was just stomping.
That's the only difference between units. Traffic units can basically do everything that y'all do. The only thing they can't do is use Bearcats and use the wanted missions. But other than that, they can still go out there. They can still, if they want to go handle a situation, they can go handle a situation, but they can't act as SWAT. But it's still the same thing. Only SWAT members can do wanted missions.
The closet door was open again.
And this is just the beginning.
At least 2 vested officers higher up asked the SWAT member to do wrong. Can they volunteer to go out and help with that one?
One night, Zoe falls asleep in the living room.
It doesn't sound bad. Just give me a night to talk to never come to a conclusion about it. I don't have no problem with SWAT and traffic units and work together. That actually sounds great. Units should be working together, just like the real PD. So, it's just more or less I gotta talk to Scotty and just see what the real deal was on the warning. So I haven't done a warning in so long I can't even lie to you.
to be alright if
And just
the
looked
swap
at
meet
me.
was online and a vested
She was
officer higher
very,
up
very
wanted,
pale.
wanted to just step to that swap meet and just like he's not busy, you know, at that moment. And if he's not, the list is like, just say if the list gets up to 30, at least they can go out and do one instead of, you know, trying to wait on SWAT to go out and do it.
All of a sudden, I was hanging over the stairwell.
I relate to,
And I just thought,
how
what
can I
the
say, I mean, it's really a testing. It's to test your knowledge, the test to see if you got what it takes to run a unit, the test to see if, you know, you're able to follow the rules while you out there, you know, test to see if you're able to lead your peers, stuff like that. So the wanted missions are getting more extreme. It's not for the weak no more. You get what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I first joined the PD, you was able to do a wanted mission, you'll come back in 2 minutes because the person across the street from PD, you know what I'm saying? Now your wanteds are sitting in crowds, they're sitting over their gang or stuff like that. So it's a little bit more tricky, and it's not like you can pick who's going for it.
Zoe Day is being levitated by a ghost inside her
No
home.
matter if it's your first
I'm
or
wondering,
second or
what do
first,
you want from me? Like,
mission,
how are you doing this to me?
you're
I'm
gonna
hanging
go
there
after the person
above the
no matter
stairs.
how
I
many
can
hours
see
you
the
get what I'm
bottoms,
saying?
and I'm looking
And
down
like, say
going,
for
she drops me,
instance,
my
you're
neck
out
is gonna
there
crack.
and the person like 15 hours, I'm just using it's not likely that a captain in the squad that is running will be able to handle that. Now, if they show promise, they do it for the first week, do it for the first 2 weeks, and they're doing an exceptional job. I have no problem with trying it out. But, yeah, the more I think about it, the more I just see it crap. Like, SWAT is more
I broke down.
they're more equipped
I
for
was
situations
terrified,
like that.
and I felt
You know,
powerless.
that's all they do.
I felt
Shoot.
completely at the mercy of things I didn't
Mindsets
understand.
of SWAT are
It's still very vivid.
nations, how they pull up the scene. You have to think about stuff like that in SWAT. So traffic unit, that's kind of the bridge between
Scared for her life, Zoe drives straight to her parents' home in Big Bear,
people in traffic
California.
unit will always have an opportunity to be a part of SWAT unit. They will always have a chance to run SWAT or help
Zoe
run SWAT.
proceeded to tell me what had
But
happened.
that is,
She went through the
this
whole
is the stepping stone to see if you got
experience,
it to even
and
be
she
in SWAT.
she thought she was
the
going to
more I think about
die.
it,
She was
probably
just
won't
hysterical.
happen.
It took her a long time to calm down.
Unless, you know,
I was
yeah, it
just
probably won't happen.
horrified,
But
really.
I
I mean,
would
like,
still talk to Scotty and see if we
what
can
is
come
going
up with
on?
something.
It was a scary time.
You know, they let traffic unit do
Who's that?
SWAT missions. I mean, if he
I
can
called Ross.
persuade me that it will work out.
Ross
then,
Reynolds
you know,
is a
that'd be
family
great.
friend
But for the
who
most part, like
happens
this
to
time,
be a
thinking
professional
a
psychic.
lot of the captains and
There was no
units
doubt
go out
in
there and handle
believing
the
her.
situation.
I know
I
there
just
are
don't think
haunted
they would
houses.
do
I've
it to be the
I've
first
known
thing
people
y'all
who've
worry about.
been in them, and my
Once
best
these
advice,
units
like
start.
right off the top of my head, is call for help. My name is Rosalind Reynolds, and I am clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient. I am very strong with balancing, healing, and clearing energy in spaces with people. What is all this? These are my tools that I use when I'm working.
Thank you for looking at it the way
It's
I
okay.
am. Like, cause it's just like,
You can
even
trust
with
her,
SWAT
Ross.
units, like,
She's
I
been a
got
friend of
to
my mom's for a
certain
long time.
point in this-
She was the
this
person we
meeting
knew that
where
have
when
deals
I
with
would go
this
to
day
do
in
a
and day
wanted
out.
mission, I didn't even have to tase the person. I didn't even have
Ross
to shoot
begins
the
her
person. I
session
would
with an
literally
attempt
pull
to
up on the
contact the
person and be
spirit
like,
Zoe
"Oh, shit.
encountered in her
What
home.
you hear from me?" And I'd be like, "Yup." You just get put me in place. There's times where people
I was
do
able
that
to
because
see
they
the
just
spirit,
know
to
how
connect
they're coming,
with
they
the
know,
spirit,
it's no point
and
in running.
I realized
They know
immediately
you're gonna report
that
them
she
if they
was
don't
an
argue the
incredibly
situation out. Like, once they're in the
strong
middle of a
spirit.
wanted
It's very
or something
rare for
like
a
that,
spirit
they're not,
to
you know,
be
they're
able to
logged
levitate.
offline and stuff like that. Once you report
She
them
could
enough
have
times,
killed
they'll
you
learn
if
their
she
lesson.
really wanted
They'll
to.
stop doing it because they know you're reporting and stuff like
What do you
that.
mean?
So,
The
even
spirit
though
you
it kinda
encountered,
sounds
she's
corny
powerful.
to, you know, think you're snitching and think you're reporting
But
this
she's
person,
just
that person,
a
in the long run,
mean-spirited
it kind of
prankster.
gains you respect.
And that's all.
Because
Before
when
I
they
even
see
told
you
her
coming,
everything,
they
Ross
know
was
they
able
gotta
to
play the game
describe
the way the game is made
what
to
the
be
girl
played.
looked like. If the spirit had any true intention to do her harm, she would have. There was no true intent to harm.
Yeah, it's not.
It was
it's
just
not
the
even power.
desire
It's just,
to be a
you know,
troublemaker,
you're gonna do
create
their job
energy
correct.
that she could,
They know it's
live
no
on.
way around it.
Why is she here?
And that's what you.
What does she want from
Like
me?
if you're one of them people
You brought her to
where they
you.
log off on you and stuff
What?
like that, and you don't report them, guess what?
You
Every time they see you, guess what
emit
they're gonna do?
a
Log
light
off on you.
from
You know what I'm
within
saying?
you.
So you gotta
It's like
be
a
on top
magnet
of
that
them
attracts
the same way they be on top
lost
of y'all. Wanna
souls.
report y'all.
Zoe
Wanna
is
get y'all in trouble.
extremely
Because when they
psychic.
report y'all, it gets y'all in line. Like y'all don't do it.
But
Y'all
never-
try not to do it again. You know,
never
stuff
felt
like
it.
that. So it's the same
She
thing
said,
for them.
you
Those
shine a light
videos are to
that
make them
they're
all
attracted
people,
to.
to make them
And
do
they're
what one
coming
state
for
wants
you.
them to do, the same way one state make us do
Why
what they
now?
want them to do. You know what I'm saying? So it
After
works
all this
both
time,
ways.
why?
I call it an awakening. Zoe was at a very powerful turning point in her life. And
Nice.
when we reach a point where
any general
we are
anything
no
else to say?
longer
Or any officer
willing
experience?
to just accept the way things are going, that sort of sets it up.
For the officers,
I describe that as boom, the wake-up call. It hits
just
you.
make sure you guys
What does this
not
mean?
down around at the garage. Now that these new roles are set into place,
Means you're going to be seeing a lot more spirits.
placed here, you know, you guys gotta prove that you wanna, earn the next responsibility.
Next, Roz attempts to figure out where to
out,
go.
invested, or making sure you're going out with a partner.
I'm using the
Just
skills of
remember the
remote
Jones are
viewing,
always here for
using
you,
maps,
no matter what.
where I am looking at just the general structure of the area, putting my
City generals over there, Ruben, Duke,
feeling
Lane,
energy.
OAS, and Deli, and the rest of them, we all here for you.
Suddenly, she has a vision of a long-forgotten graveyard not far from Zoe's home.
Another thing with that is just something
These were not the
that I
well-marked
want you to know.
graveyards of
If you
families,
attention to the
etc.
recruits,
These were graveyards of people who meant nothing to anyone. No one cared, and they eventually became swallowed up by civilization.
Roz warns Zoe and her mother the negative energy from the nearby graveyard has opened a
Let's
portal
be honest,
inside
5
her
ride alongs are
home.
not that bad.
When you say
You can get that done in 1 day, you can get that done in 2 days. The fact that
Spirits are just
all
coming
privates
in
will
and
be
out?
privates for 2 days
Yes,
anyway.
they come and go as they please.
Duty.
The creation of
You know what
portal
I'm saying?
energy is
So
kind of like
the
a perfect storm
FTOs will
situation.
Y'all
It's
will
a
be the ones
combination
working on
of
recruits,
The
working with
energy,
the
frequencies
with
of
the
the land,
privates, you know,
the
working with
the place,
the
the people
sergeant, stuff like
involved.
that, basically to get them to where they need to be. Y'all are to do as much ride-alongs as y'all can.
Although Zoe is reluctant to return to the townhouse,
even if you get in the car with them,
Roz
they
gives
get
her
in the car
tools
with
to
you,
protect
whatever
herself
works for you,
and
for you to
assures Zoe
train
that
them
she
and
has the
teach them
power to fight
than what they
back.
don't already know.
I told her point
whatever
blank,
works for you.
you have to take your
It's
power
not-
with
it's
this
not
because, you're going to be victimized if you don't. They don't have any.
Sometimes you have
power
to feel people out.
unless you
Sometimes
give it
you
to
even have to
them.
see how people listen. Are they able to listen? Because a lot of people you can teach them just by talking. A lot of people you may have to go out there and show them firsthand. So
I was
make
still
sure you
terrified,
evaluate everybody
but
where they need to be
knowing that she
evaluated.
had me
And if these
protected
people are not making it
was somewhat of a
through the
relief.
ranks, making it
She
to
told me
the vets
to
just
lay
like
crystals
you,
and pennies
then I just
around
want
the
you to
corners.
understand that you are doing something.
It created
And
some kind of
if I
a
do
field,
find out
electromagnetic
that,
field that
come to find out
they
that
didn't like to
rules
cross.
cannot handle this, we'll just go back to the old way of doing things, where you really don't have
At that time, I really
say
hoped this
so
was the end
nothing,
of
and it's basically
seeing
all
anything.
up
I just wanted to be left alone.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So,
wanted to feel safe.
this is
Space.
an
I wanted
opportunity for everybody in
to not
TV to
feel threatened in my home.
and that's why I did it this way, and I would love
One night,
to see it
Zoe
work out.
touches base with
But
her
if you
daughter
don't,
who's
it's
attending
not
a local
gonna work.
college.
We'll go back to
Oh,
what we
I'm
usually
just
know.
calling to check in on you, wondering how
That'll
you've
just
been.
be that.
I feel like I haven't seen you in a few weeks.
I asked y'all, please, just try it out to see how it works. Because I see this can be a
I
great
tried to
role.
protect my
It could
children
be a
from
great
this.
system
I didn't
for
want them to
roles for
be
a long time.
feeling what I
if
was
it's,
feeling. I didn't want to worry them.
worked
I
the
didn't want
correct
to
way,
put that burden on them.
if it's done correctly.
I would have to
you know
just
what I'm saying? So
deal with that
just hear me
best I
out.
could and leave them out of
Please
it.
do do with the Discord series, and we should have no problem. I promise you.
You know what? I think it's best that we go out to eat. Probably stick a cafeteria food anyway.
Alright, now off of the rules and the rules and stuff, let's just talk about what's... I'm sorry,
Look, why don't I text you next week about dinner, okay?
But anyway, back to what's happening. Let's make sure we're listening to our higher ups. Let's make sure we use it like that. Let's make sure that we got our body. Now, if you look at the Discord and stuff like that, you'll understand that body confidence is more sensitive.
There was a guy.
If you ever have a situation,
jerked my head back and gasped.
I don't want to say
and then when I did that, he realized I could see him.
You'll be sitting at the desk on the first floor throughout the day, and if you log on and leave off that floor throughout the day, it will be trouble. So you can, you cannot have your body cam rolling and get yourself in a situation where you can't get yourself out of, or have to give the generals a headache or get the admins a headache, or like even if a civilian has their body cam footage and you don't, it's gonna start being problems for that. Because the main thing we always ask you is to have your body cam rolling. The fact that they're never rolling when situations arise, I don't know. I kind of think it's been taken.
Zoe Day's California townhouse has become a hotbed of paranormal
people think that they don't have to do it. Whereas you just slipping through the cracks.
Despite the protective measures she's put in place,
we see it all.
spirits continue to emerge from the fourth.
I'm starting to be more involved with the city. Like, you'll be surprised that from the time I got chief, how many civilians are writing about you guys and stuff like that. It changed the instant that changed all that. It started videos and all of, not videos, but just, how can I say, side stories from civilians. Now, make it make sense that
they really stopped me. I could hear them on the walls behind me, just making a ton of noise. It was all terrifying.
I know I don't got the evidence of this officer, blah, 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 just to let you know. And to be honest with you, y'all are my family. I respect y'all a lot.
Desperate to move out,
I have love for y'all.
Zoe
a lot.
contacts her landlord.
When civilians do stuff like that, it gives me no choice but to kind of.
At that point, I hadn't slept for about 3 days.
Like, what's the reason to reach
I felt
out
unsafe. I felt like there's nothing I could do to protect
Like,
myself.
it's basically just they just reaching out and just letting me know that I got crooked people in here. So like, I know some of you may not want to be looked at as crooked. So
Actually, I was hoping you'd let me out of the lease.
Not having your body.
Let you out.
Stop doing the stuff like using the macros.
Just moved in.
To use somebody. Alright. I've been hearing about that too. So
I'll check it out.
Stuff
Sign
that
your
y'all
contract.
supposed to be doing, just stop.
Please, I can't live here. It's not safe for me.
Let the person get away. If you ain't got your macro ready to tase them,
I'm sorry you're having trouble,
take
but
that one on the chin.
my hands are
It's
tied.
not hard. It's not. We don't have a PD for the children. We have a PD for the grown people.
No.
And we all should be.
When the landlord wouldn't let me out of the lease, it was upsetting.
We all are, adults.
I couldn't take it anymore, and it just became clear that I couldn't get along. I just wanted to leave.
Stuff like that.
She was, at this point, so traumatized. So traumatized, there wasn't going to be anywhere she could stay by herself.
It's not hard. Now, I know I've been ranting on about challenges.
Zoe tries to understand why she wasn't able to ward off the spirits.
About body cam. Now, at the end of the
According
week,
to Rob, Zoe has the power within her to fight
body
back.
cams on the body cam footage.
Listen to me, you don't need to be afraid.
You will be getting a bonus.
What you need to do is you need to learn how to stand in your own power.
This goes with the same.
You have the control, you can do this.
And that's the thing about it. I would be picking one person.
The spirits like to be in charge. They're very much about intimidation and harassment.
was supposed to beat this person,
try and get control of the mind
their main job
and heart and spirit, their energy is very dependent on the energy of the person experiencing the paranormal events.
All I need y'all to do is
they want to feed on that. I had to help her get to the realization that she has the power to control this. You have to stand up and you have to take charge of this. And you have to realize that this is your life.
Standing in your power is setting the boundaries for what you will and won't allow. But when you're scared, that lets them come in.
New recruits, not necessarily, because the new recruits cannot really join the union until their badge is. So until they're out of that little probation term where they can't talk to civilians or interact with civilians, they'll just be joining traffic on the basically. So it's not like they'll still be in the ministry. So it's not likely that they'll be getting, but if one comes in and they're able to get in, it's just something that I can say, something that we can do a little bit. I know we don't do too much just PD exciting, but little stuff like this is just something to look forward to at the end of the week, It's not for y'all. This is for, ranks that's not up there, part of management, so to say. Now, I've been trying to think of something for my generals. I've been trying to think of something for y'all that I can do, so at the end of the week, y'all get something too. But I can't put a finger on it. It may have to wait until y'all all prove that y'all could do interviews, and then from there, what I may do is the major general recruits throughout the week gets a 100K bonus or something like that. It's more thought I need to put into it. It has to be something. I have to promise y'all something that I don't want to say nothing that I can't deliver. At this point,
Opened the closet and it was just a black hole.
I'm not even spending this money
and
on
it was
myself.
fierce down there.
I'm trying to rack up enough money so I can
And it was trying to pull me down.
I just feel as though it makes sense, because when I press the bonus button on people, I would expect for it to give you a little bit extra money, but it doesn't. So this is why.
Zoe wonders if this nightmare is a message. She immediately reaches out to psychic medium Roz
For the
Reynolds.
most part, that's basically all I know. I can't really think of much
Roz?
right now. I just wanted to kind of get that out.
I know where the portal is.
Forgive me. This is my first one. Still gotta get
Will you
used
help
to
me
it a
close
little
it?
bit.
And I explained my dream to
But
Roz.
yeah,
She
my
was very
DSG
excited. She
was
goes, that's the portal. That's the portal. That's how we're getting in your house, so that way you can now block that portal. We have to steer that portal close.
As y'all can
I
see,
feel
man, we
like
got our ex
where
chief
Zoe
here.
was at the time, it was an important shift in her perspective of her power and taking control of that. She was ready to get that thing shut, to stop that energy flow there.
Even though Chief is in the Savage Squad and stuff like that, do not think that it's one of those games that is terrorizing you. One of those games
Join forces to close the
fell
portal.
in RP with you, stuff like
And you did my family next to me.
I want
Let's
you to
begin.
have the same respect that y'all have for one another. decide.
First, I am going to encircle all of you in a white light.
Basically, you know, just getting out of character, going a little bit overboard with the interaction with him today. At the end of the day, if it's not called for, don't.
It is.
You get what I'm saying?
Crucial.
So
during
should I
this
say,
time,
for instance,
that each
it's
of
not
you.
that I do not want y'all cussing at civilians.
I'm closing
it's
the
not
portal.
the end of the world if
I
y'all
place
are
myself
seeing
in the
the
center
scene.
of that energy
You know, it's
field in
times like that when
Zoe's home.
civilians cuss at the PD.
I then draw a line
But,
of white light,
like I said, do not go overboard.
and I ask
Do not say nothing crazy.
my
You know,
angels and
don't say
guides
nothing
to
that
come
can get
in
you banned. Y'all know what
and
those things are.
reinforce the energy that I
do not
have
start it
established
first.
there. I
If a
extend it up
civilian
into the
is
universe
cussing you out,
and down
like say for
to the
instance,
core
they say
of
fuck
the
police
earth.
and pull off. Alright? You can start
Yes,
chasing that
that's
person
good.
and say, pull over, you know, get on the fucking ground.
Keep your minds clear.
Whatever makes you feel better to do the RPC.
Continue to imagine the white light.
You know, it's a lot of people who
Stand
just think
next
they
to
can
it
say
and it will
whatever.
protect you.
Another thing, the N-word is not to be
And
used in
remember,
RPD. It's the
they
same
don't
thing.
have any power
So if I hear it,
unless you give it
you'll
to
be
them.
running. If you don't want to run,
She
you know,
coached us through the whole process,
After
and
that,
it involved,
y'all know what
channeling
happens.
energy
It's
and
the same.
white light.
We're gonna
They've
have
done all the
respect, and that
salt
goes
and
the
done
same
the
thing with
crystals and done the copper, and Roz felt we were pretty secure.
Even if they're calling you names, kind of laugh about it, kind of joke about it, you know, because at the end of the day, they
Roz
can
then
call you
senses
whatever you want.
paranormal activity
You
coming
still
from
have the power
upstairs.
to lock them up. You still have the upper hand. So, you know, kind of say something slick to make them understand that, but you don't have to stoop down to their level. But yeah, like, I hope y'all be looking forward to the new things that I'm gonna be doing with y'all, doing for y'all. You know, like the money, the traffic unit officer of the week, the SWAT unit officer of the week, you know, stuff like that. The general of the week, you know, stuff like that. You know, it kind of just makes it more realistic, more appreciation for it. So, yeah, other than that, I don't have that. I guess the DFGs will be get to with you another time. And if none of my generals have anything else to say, I guess we'll be dismissing this meeting.
Whatever made you think you were entitled to use this door? It is finished!
There was definitely resistance to closing that energy field that was allowing, you know, these activities to go on.
I meditated and concentrated on it and put forth my prayerful and creative intentions to get the portal closed. And as I was doing this, I felt that it was working, that it was going to stop.
I realized how much power that had to come from a place of strength and not fear, and be able to say, I don't consent, you're not allowed here.
Leave!
Yeah, I don't know if you're talking about
Return to where you came from!
I can see the spirits receding as that opening closes and begins to narrow down, and the door shuts. It did feel very different the minute that process was completed, and that's how I know it has been a successful closing. Any and all vestige of their energy or any of their negative intent has been neutralized and removed.
It's done.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The portal is closed.
Did you want to say something, or did you?
Although the house is cleansed of spirits, the experience has proven exhausting. Zoe moves in temporarily with her parents. As for her psychic gift, she is learning to live with it.
I want Zoe to do whatever she feels like is right for her to do with her abilities. If she did nothing more, I would be fine with that. And, you know, as long as she's happy, I just want her to be happy.
I think she's continuing to evolve since this all started. She's a totally different person now, where she was very weak and vulnerable before. She knows what she needs to do, and she's, you know, taking control of her own life again. So that's a big change.
I definitely feel more empowered now. I've gained a peace with it and a comfort. So it's still a journey, it's still a process. But I'm open to see where this goes. As Roz said, this can either be a curse or a gift.
I don't know.
It really depends on you.
I'll be honest with you, Kenji. With the whole weed and drug situation in PD, since I've been in PD, it hasn't been
an ancient artifact guarded by a mysterious entity.
It's not like I have a charge for it. It's not
caretakers of an object. We didn't know what it looked like. We didn't know what it did.
But they do know. It's dangerous.
We feel this cold, evil hatred. We were just terrified. What else is going to happen?
Can they locate and destroy it before it destroys them?
That's the thing about it. We never knew if it was
What is it?
in our head. We
Portal is opened.
kind of just went with it.
We'll never get in.
In America, there is
It's called. I know.
it lurks in the darkest shadows and in our most ordinary
It's
times.
nothing that really.
Between the wounds we see and the things we fear, there are doors. When they are opened, nightmares become reality.
Yes, it does. Wow, that's confusing. I never seen that one yet, but yeah, I'll go look at it as well. With that being said, then I guess
Tucked between Philadelphia and the upscale suburbs of the main line is a quiet, historic village. Families have settled here since the late 1600s.
It has a small town feel. Very few people move out because it's generational. People want to stay in the community.
You know what? It does.
In early 2009, Anita Intenzo, a local artist, faces a grim task after her friend of 30 years, Paul, passes away unexpectedly.
I was just stunned. He had been very healthy, in the best shape of his life.
As executor of Paul's estate, Anita must find items he willed friends and organizations and prepare his house for sale.
Here, Mom. Hi, honey. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I got you.
She enlists her
It's
son
one of those
Chris
things
to help.
we have to start implementing with the art.
She was really heartbroken. You know, it was a shock.
It's not a threat. You know, it's not a reason to pull somebody over. Stuff
We
like
can come
that.
back tomorrow.
I tell you this, my first week in PD.
Yeah, we're here now.
My first week in PD.
What?
Why are you coming to ask me to take a shower?
She hadn't been over his house in a long time, so she
I didn't know it was you.
really what she was walking.
I'm sorry.
One who got nails.
I told her I was.
Yeah, but Kyle knocks on my door like that too.
As I could.
If you're gonna eat something, you need to eat it before 9:30, and if not, you need to come take your pills.
I know.
Well, when you finish that, come take your pills.
Yeah, my bad, y'all.
If you're not gonna eat.
I didn't say I was not gonna eat. I haven't made my decision yet.
Well, it's almost 9 o'clock.
Well, right now I'm in a cop meeting, so I can't really do anything about that.
It's just something we gotta add.
You can bring the phone down with you.
Like, I swear, like, my
But Mom, I can't hear them over this or the TV because these headphones do not block sound.
Like I said, finish up what you're doing.
Boxes everywhere.
And if you're gonna eat, you need to eat before 9:30 and take your pills.
Okay.
Okay.
Over there, you know, in the harbor.
You didn't take them last night.
So I pulled into the,
It was quite shocking.
into the little work
Call the lawyer, Mom. Tell him no. We can go home right now.
No, Chris. I need to do this.
Like that. I
Paul.
heard you over here selling weed and stuff like that. So, you know,
After my divorce, Paul was there for me. He knew I had been through a hard time. So it was my way of actually saying thank you and goodbye to him. I was not going to let anything stop me to do what I needed to do.
We do need a guideline on that. That would be a little bit more.
The basement is an even greater challenge.
pretty much you would treat it like IRL though. So now that you know that this is
Paul was an anthropologist who collected artifacts from around the world.
Paul traveled a great deal. He was a Mayan Indian expert and went down to Guatemala and to Yucatan and Mexico on quite a few trips.
You guys remember the
I better get to work.
For a lot of stuff. You got Constitution 2.4. Soliciting.
I loved history, archaeology, anthropology. So that was our immediate connection.
So I got a question.
And also he was a very kind person, very gentlemanly.
And I know it's going to be impossible.
It was like an archaeological dig. You never knew what box you were opening and what surprise you were going to get in it. American Indian child's moccasins, peace pipes, weapons, a lot of South American artifacts.
Chris,
Yeah, I know sometimes
Stop it.
So who gets all this stuff anyway?
Well, if they do, then
Actually, I do.
make sure you have the footage of
Well,
the arrest.
most of it anyway.
That way you just log out.
Paul wanted me to have these things because he knew I would love them and cherish them as much as he did.
If they're more than 2 days old, I cannot handle it.
We had been working at Paul's house for several months, trying to get it cleared out as fast as possible.
Every day that we were in Paul's house, it was almost an adventure.
As we know now,
It was fun, and at the same time, it was so labor intensive. It was a monumental task.
So what are you gonna do with all this stuff?
DUI if you're smoking.
Put it in our basement, I guess.
Can we RP that?
DUI test and
Alright, thank you. That's all I wanted.
Chris, stop looking around.
What? It wasn't me.
Anything and everything that could get picked up got picked up and thrown across the room. I had never ever seen anything like that.
What's going on? I don't know. Do you think... Paul? Is it you?
I said, okay, if it's you, Paul, please make a sign. Just tell me.
Yep, I'm alright.
It just flew off the shelf. It's like it had energy.
It's a photo of Paul.
I always believed that there was an afterlife. I always felt like there was something beyond this. That was like the first inkling, like, yeah, he can really communicate with me. Paul was there.
I was just mentioning to the officer, mate. You could charge someone with soliciting.
Weeks passed. Anita and Chris continued clearing out the house.
I was working in the living room. I was helping my mom clean up several more of these surprise boxes.
We're gonna use it for any
and I was getting some trash together.
Drugs, alcohol, sexual things like, stuff they shouldn't be doing, sexual wise, and ill will stuff, such as corruption and stuff like that. How can I say, corruption kind of stood out to me when I looked it up. So if you just keep those things in mind, stuff like that, use it. And I do like what Beanie said. That's something I wanted to implement it for a long time. So with y'all,
in the months following the death of her friend Paul, Anita and Tenzo and her son Chris have sensed the presence of Paul's ghost in his home.
My mom was pretty convinced that her friend was present in the house.
Something like that. But I'm pretty sure.
But as they prepare the house for sale, Chris begins to wonder if the supernatural being they've been sensing really is the anthropologist's spirit.
At the end of the day, you're saving your ass. You're saving your tail. You don't have to be a fairy tale. You just have to be a
I felt one of my legs go up in the air and push from behind.
A sentence with you know what I'm saying? So,
the wind was completely knocked out of me. And I didn't know if I'd broken my wrist. I didn't know if I'd broken any bones.
But yeah, and just be smart about it. right in there in all your charges.
Are you alright?
I would love to see that. The colonels do have a task to check y'all people, you know, to check y'all violations.
He said, it's not Paul, there's something else here.
So,
I couldn't believe somebody as good as Paul would do something like that.
Talk to.
I definitely thought it was something evil at that point.
Let's get some ice on that. If you're just out of hand with it, spamming violations and stuff like that, you know, just take that in mind. You know, basically what Kim
Concerned for their safety, Anika contacts paranormal investigator and psychic Lori Ho, head of Tri-County Paranormal.
For instance, somebody has their gun out, right?
I have the ability to discern spirits, which means I can see them
license, they don't
where other people aren't seeing
what
anything.
charge can we charge them with? Like, it should be a charge. Now, can we use that as the
Friend's
same
home,
thing?
right? Yes. And how did you say he passed away? Heart attack. Sudden.
My first impression of Paul's house was that there was a lot of different energies that seemed to be swirling around the place. It felt very tense and very chaotic.
Oh, that's going into my time. You don't.
You alright?
The medium on the team senses a presence.
Someone's coming through. Messages coming so fast.
Not to metagame or anything.
Who is there?
Came into play.
I was so startled because they asked him what his name was, and he said,
I'm Paul.
I'm telling you what.
you?
Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm happy to be standing
I'm so sorry that I wasn't there for you, that I wasn't there to hold your hand or...
all these things that I've been listening to.
I knew it was my friend because of...
I think it's all good stuff.
He was very proper.
I couldn't be happy.
I'm sorry, Anita. There are things I should have taken care of.
What sort of things?
There's something you must find.
Savage Squad, Mike, get it right, dude.
He said, well, I was in Peru. I was looking for things to buy.
We're gonna shoot at you guys. Unless you guys shoot at us.
Quiero Artifacto and Tipo.
Yeah, all our members completely RP with you.
He said this farmer came to me with this artifact. I was very interested.
And you can send it to me or you can send it to Nick, you know, because like
His understanding was that the artifact was taken from a grave and had been used in ceremonial ritual.
You ain't gonna run into any issues. If anything, I'm gonna run next to you and shoot with you.
Muchas gracias, señor. Dios.
And he said, I brought this object back. I've been studying it.
Now, the surprise of the night is who wants to leave PD to join Savage Squad Mob?
That was a good question I threw earlier.
Very powerful and dangerous.
He told us that he couldn't finish his research, obviously because he abruptly died of
that's the whole thing or whatever. Is that, like,
that artifact contributed to my death.
About this?
we were shocked.
We're not gonna recruit our connections or whatever.
And you must find it. Put it in a lead-lined box. For that is the only way you will contain it.
How do we find it?
If one of you comes with the one of us
I've lost
we're gonna send you
amongst
right
the
away.
other relics.
Like, we're not gonna recruit while you're in uniform, but if you leave, and then it all depends on how you left PD to determine whether we're gonna. We're not.
The object was able to actually change shape on its own. We're like, you want us to find something that doesn't remain the shape that it is? and we're supposed to do this how? It pretty much sent chills down our spine, hearing that we were now caretakers of an object. We didn't know what it looked like. We didn't know what it did.
The leadership we had, stuff like that. I'm not tripping over nothing. Jack and y'all, by all means, Jack is my guy, no matter what the situation is. I don't really care if people wants to leave and follow his leadership. Get this.
Paper. Pencil. Somebody get me something to write on right now. There's some over here.
Y'all look up to Jack. So it just kind of gives me
the artifact all found in her mind. If the artifact is capable of changing shapes,
I respect it.
It could return to its original form.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pull a Jerry Maguire. You're just coming with me. I'm not gonna do all that.
Have you ever seen an object that looks like this?
I don't.
It had the unique shape, almost like a figure eight.
No, there's so many. Think, it's important. If this object is as powerful as he says it is, it could be very dangerous.
Maybe it's in his collection.
Where is it?
I'm just genuinely excited.
The basement was very oppressive and very dark.
Back and everything is running smooth and everything. I just got to get the hang of these roads and what's gonna be going on and stuff. But other than that, I'm pretty happy. Oh no, I'm not leaving.
Laurie discovers a portal, a doorway to another dimension.
A portal allows non-human spirits to enter our world.
Oh no,
so the thing about it, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I respect y'all, like, I respect, like, I ain't gonna lie.
After discovering the home of her deceased friend Paul is haunted, Anita intends to enter her son Chris, call in paranormal experts to investigate.
It's my first time
speaking through a medium. Paul warns of a dangerous artifact hidden in the house that he collected on a trip abroad. To complicate matters, he says the object is
it's the mindset this PD can put you at. It's the brotherly, sisterly love that comes with this PD. Like, you just listen with me here, just kind of,
Laurie races to the basement to find the object and discovers a portal instead.
When I see this land, when I see Octavia, everybody that comes with this PD ever since I found out that it can be like that, Alex Kuzma, it's been nothing but great.
The voice made my blood run cold.
Yeah, like I said, like I would not.
It was trying to scare me and shake my faith. That indicated that the spirit was very likely a demonic entity. And demonic entities can be very difficult to fight.
In an instant, the terrifying ordeal is over. Laurie gathers all of her strength and seals the portal.
You close a portal by focusing positive energy on the portal and asking for God's help.
So, just think about that. I'm not going to guide you down the wrong path. Just see it's going to be turned.
Laurie believes the artifact Paul warned of is responsible for opening.
To be honest, though, it's going to be turned. We're going to have a lot of fun.
And for the demon she encountered.
Just give me time. Just give me time.
I felt there was a very powerful entity attached to this object for the purpose of protecting it and helping it do its work.
not gonna know the fact that we got a black chief.
But Laurie's work is not done. Before searching for the artifact, she calls everyone together to help Paul's spirit cross over and find peace.
I love everyone. Like, I love all kinds of
Paul
people. I feel
Yeager,
like it be the
we
brothers
thank
that
you
always
and
got
we pray for you. But now it is time for you to move on.
And I tell you,
It's against nature for
I'm one of those people who wrote, like, the reason I'm always on my brothers is because I expect more from y'all. I expect us to be
We
better.
promise to take care of Anita.
I literally
We will
took
look
this
after
game to
her.
put people
We will
in different
protect her.
mindsets by this conversation.
I said, Paul, you have
Stuff
my
like
permission.
That. And that goes with
You have to
no matter
cross
what the
over.
color is, no matter anything like that.
You have nothing to
I want to
fear.
see everybody do better.
We send you with our
Like, if
blessing.
you on this game and I see this characteristic, and
Laurie
don't get me
encourages
wrong,
Paul's spirit to
your
go
real
to the
life
light.
characteristics will come out in this game. You know, not the metagame or nothing like that. So, you know,
Farewell.
like, I take opportunities like that to really hit y'all with a hammer on your head and let y'all know what y'all need to know. You know, stuff like that. Anybody can come talk to me. I'm here, bro. I'm here. Tavion can tell you that. Isaiah can tell you that. Other officers can tell you that.
It was such
a
an
lot of
emotional
officers
moment.
that
No one said a thing.
took those talkings and stuff like that and didn't get it. And they're out on the streets.
Seeing your friend cross over, I mean, I was torn.
Not to toot my own
I didn't want him to
horn or
leave,
anything like
but
that, but I just want y'all to
it had to
understand
go.
that brother or sister,
My friend
either
was going,
undisputed,
really
I'm
going
here
down.
for y'all. With the role play
It was
stuff
just
or
really,
our stuff.
really
I
hard.
get it, you know, sometimes a lot of people, how can I say it? A lot of people use this game as a getaway.
Thank you
So
so
if
much
you get
for
away, you
being
need to
here.
say it on here, pull me to the side. Never get on here
My pleasure.
and
I'm glad I could
and
help.
have a bad day when you could have just talked.
I'm gonna miss him.
Pull me to the side,
I know.
pull Beanie to the side, pull Start to the side, pull, you know,
I'm
pull
sorry
the
I have to
ones
tell
that
you
you
this,
know
Anita, but
can guide you right
it's not
and,
over
you know,
yet.
hear you out and, you know, treat
What are you
you
talking
with
about?
dignity while you're
You can
saying what
close
you're
the
saying,
portal,
stuff like that.
but there's
You know,
nothing to
don't
keep it
pull
from being
people
opened
aside
again.
and tell the wrong person and they start laughing and stuff like that. Like, know who to talk to about
Be
certain
careful.
things. And like I said, that's IRL OPD stuff. But for the most part, man,
Days
I'm y'all
pass.
tired of talking.
Paul's house remains eerily
Swinging
quiet.
things with what to bring up
Lori
next and stuff
said
like
to
that.
us before her
Like
team
I
left,
said,
she said, I want you to know we're
y'all
here
really
for
need to
you.
think about the
They
ones who've
all
been here
said,
for a
if you
long
need us,
time
just
and
call
been
us.
been under Jack's wing.
Lori
the way
also
I have.
warns their best hope to rid the house of the evil spirit
I've been in this
will be to find and destroy the shape-shifting object.
If I wasn't
Anita and Chris search for it using Laurie's drawing as a guide.
Alright, so I'm not gonna judge
Nothing
nobody
seemed to
for
really
what they
be
want
the
to
thing
do.
we were looking for.
I just really need to know.
Despite Laurie's instructions
you
and
know,
Paul's warnings, Anita begins to suspect the harmful and mysterious artifact is, in reality, pointless.
But I respect the ones who do want to stay here. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to lead y'all. Hopefully y'all can be next.
know, maybe-
Anyone can be next.
Maybe Paul was
But
wrong.
the PD is gonna go nowhere but up from here. I promise you.
Let's go. We decided, well, maybe it's not here. Maybe this really isn't true.
Thank you, Nick Gonzalez. Oh, wait, Nick Gonzalez, I ain't even seen you. What's up, man?
A few weeks later, Anita and Chris finish clearing out the place, and the house is sold.
Yeah, for
We
the
just
most
felt
part,
such a
that's
sense of
everything.
relief.
Y'all can
I
get
was
back
so
to
ready to return to normal life and put this all behind me.
Welcome to, come to the 0 stuff like that.
The collection of artifacts Anita inherited
Like
is
I
moved
said,
from Paul's basement
we are not,
to
as a
hers.
PD family, we are not looking at Nick and Jack as gang members, no matter what they're.
One night, Anita and Chris are enjoying a quiet
they let
evening
it
at
pop
home.
their heads. At the end of the day, they still have their old roleplay names, meaning they're still
Chris?
retired
The lights
FG
went out.
Army. Jack is still retired chief of this PD, you know, stuff like that. And as you say, they
That's
have
funny.
no ill will
It's just
intentions
us.
against us.
Yeah.
So
So
y'all
check
understand
this.
that when y'all RP with them, RPing with them outside of this community. Yeah, but for the most part, let's get back to work. Let's implement these new rules and rules. Let's see how it all works out. Yeah. Anybody have any questions, stuff like that? Talk to who you need to talk to. I do not need to be bothered about everything. Some things you can ask a general, some things you can ask a colonel, some things you can ask a neighbor, stuff like that. So just understand
Visit
everybody do not need to be
DestinationAmerica.com.
coming to the office asking little stuff. What you know, little stuff. If you want to rank up, and you felt as though it's not coming or stuff like that.
While clearing out the home for deceased friend Paul, Anita Intenzo and her son Chris learned the haunting of Paul's home was likely caused by a powerful ancient artifact in the anthropologist's collection.
If you want to rank up,
My son and I did look for this artifact, but we didn't see anything. No, maybe Paul was wrong.
After Paul's home settles, they moved the collection of artifacts Anita inherited to their house.
Yes, sir.
For 3 months, all is quiet as mother and son resume their regular routine.
Yeah, Chief. Oh, Chief. Chief, by the way, I got Jack on a place.
That's fine.
Do you need life alert, sir?
Yeah, please. Check the fuses.
Yeah, I bought a $2 million apartment. He's ready to make $55,000 a week.
Things were flying around, and we did not know what direction they were coming from. I was like petrified. I felt so totally helpless.
To be under attack like that, you don't feel safe in your own house.
What you need?
The chaos subsides.
If you rent it out to someone, let anybody else in it says
I noticed that. I'm running out of
Walking into the unknown at that point, we didn't know what we were facing.
But it's just kind of sucked because
I don't know what we brought over from Paul's house, but our place now reminds me of his house.
20 million house. You'll be able to make that money back up.
Anita contacts the same paranormal expert who investigated Paul's house. Laurie suspects the worst.
The activity likely started at Anita's house because the artifact had been moved there.
Yeah, I think we checked most of these already, but, oh, here.
Laurie runs an instrument over the artifacts to detect their electromagnetic frequency. Unusual spikes indicate possible paranormal activity.
Well, I guess we could try this one again. Okay. How about this mask?
Getting rid on this. Let's put that aside.
A box of Native American arrowheads and this snake?
Yes.
And the mummy doll gave off electromagnetic energy.
I am getting a signal on this.
They were made out of stones and cloth. There's nothing in there that should give out the level of electromagnetic energy that you would get if you held an EMF meter next to a computer monitor. Anita's basement had a very heavy and negative presence, especially over on the side where a majority of the artifacts were. But there was no feeling of that intense reaction that you get when you encounter something absolutely evil.
Still, Laurie is confident the artifact and demon guarding it are here, and could open portals allowing negative entities to come through. Until the object is found, she instructs mother and son to ignore all paranormal activity in the house.
Attention feeds it. When you pay attention to something and acknowledge that it exists, you're giving it energy and power.
But it may already be too late. One night, Chris
farmer. It appeared out in the backyard.
Oh, this is private property. I used to live here before I went to jail.
He had this big black dog, almost kind of like a wolf.
Lived in fear while clearing out a friend's haunted house. Now, a paranormal investigator believes they've brought the source of the haunting, a shape-shifting artifact with a demon guarding it, home with them, and it's hiding in their basement.
A real significant threat to Anita and her family. This object causes the opening of portals and that can allow negative entities to come in to contact with the living world.
One night, an angry, ghostly figure and his menacing dog confront Chris in a nightmare.
I used to live here before I went to jail.
He had this big, furry dog, glowing red eyes, fang teeth, just a mean, like, dog that would be like ready to tear your head off.
Black hair, and we don't have an animal, we don't have any pets, and that was very strange.
Could there be a connection between the ghost man, his dog, and the demon? Anita decides to research the history of her property at the local historical society.
My house is built on the foundation of an 1800s farmhouse. Many people have lived and died there. I come across a record of a man named John Stanton. He was a violent person. He wasn't a good guy. Early 1900s, went to jail for murdering his wife on our property.
Anita believes he is the same man Chris encountered in his dream.
It was frightening to me. I thought maybe I was going a little bit nuts. It was reassuring almost to know that what I had seen wasn't fake.
It was a chilling prospect to know that this man is roaming around my house.
Anita suspects the demon has somehow summoned the ghost man. But for Anita, moving is not an option.
I love my home, and I've worked really hard to keep it. I live there, and nothing's going to take me away from my house.
Despite Anita's resolve, she and Chris feel as if they are walking on eggshells.
I was so overwhelmed. The unsettling feeling of, what else is going to happen? I don't know what to do.
A few weeks later, Anita's worst fears are realized.
I was in my upstairs bathroom, in the shower, nothing unusual.
Mr. Markel Winston, what's up, my boy?
What's up?
I could see this big red gash across my chest. Then there was 2 others, like below it.
Once again, Anita calls upon the expertise of paranormal investigator Laurie Hull. To Laurie, the scratches confirm the presence of a demon.
The scratches on Anita meant that the entity was now physically interacting with her and touching her. So it was taking it to a new level of intimidation.
We've got to find that object. It's got to be down here somewhere.
But we've already looked through everything.
Let's start over here.